Okay, this is day one of filming my first full training session. It is a Saturday night, little off my typical schedule. I had to push the training back this week one day just so I could actually feel good. I was not feeling it on Thursday. Sleep's been a little rough. But today we have got some bench, a little bit of deadlift. We've got 5 sets of 3 on bench today. Elbows are feeling pretty good, which is nice. Hopefully we can keep it that way. Oh, just the typical warm up for me. Nothing special. Usually if my shoulders are feeling a little spotty, I'll do a little something else for them. But today we're feeling pretty good going into it fresh. Yeah, ain't too bad. We're feeling good. We'll do a little something for the shoulders here. Usually I do it with dumbbells, but I don't really want to move the camera all over the gym. Try to keep it in one spot. I love it when things move fast. Just makes you feel springy. Oh yeah, today's gonna feel good. All right, so we got 320 for 5 by 3. All right, set 1. Oh yeah. I should be able to pause the rest of those. That felt pretty easy. Keep it going that way. I'm exploring some different approaches to the bench. This is probably the hardest thing for me to peak, just because of my elbows and my shoulders. I'm wondering if I need to make it a longer peak with a lower frequency, or if I just need to do a short heavy. Number 2. But believe it or not, surprisingly, it hasn't been too bad this go around. I've had to slow down on a couple of days, just kind of find some workarounds for my elbows and my shoulders, but overall it hadn't been too bad. Sleeves have helped a lot. Just keeping my elbows warm. But even then, no, it ain't perfect. And I don't want nothing crazy tight. I got 3 more to go. All right. Yeah, I'm feeling it. Let's go. Go ahead and get her knocked out. Set 3. I don't remember why I pushed it back this week. My pecs felt like they were about to pop off. That's a new sensation I haven't ever had. It's just feeling it like right there on both of them. It just got absurdly tight. And now we're gonna have to remedy that. That's the fun part about it, though. Just finding ways around these things. It's satisfying when you can accrue an issue and then find out a solution for it. Oh man. What was that? 3? Yeah, I got number 4 in the tank. Let's go. Oops, my bench moved a little bit. That's all right. Yeah, there we go. All right. Number 4. How are those looking down in the comments? They feel like they're moving pretty smooth. See, I only got one more of them, and then we'll move on to warming up for deadlift. Got some pause deads today. Yeah, earlier this year, or it was last year now, managed to pause 565 with no belt. That's probably the most impressive thing I've done in a while. I'm starting to become a believer in the beltless training. It's not that the belt is a crutch, but if you could learn to brace on your own and then you put on a belt, it's like putting on a freaking super suit. Okay, number 5. I'm gonna make this a big pause set. Let's go. One more. Can't say I'm disappointed with that. Any day you get to throw 3 wheels on, it's a good time. 4 is the goal. You know, if I can bench 400, I don't know how much further I'm gonna take it with that. I don't know if I got the 500-pound bencher genes in me, at least with no drugs. I'll just start with the barbell, getting the hammies loose, or warm rather. I kind of like doing this, lowering yourself with 1 vertebrae at a time. Kind of gets your back to pop a little bit. And just taking a big old stretch down at the bottom. I like to do these lateral lunges. Kind of just opens my hips up and helps kind of take care of my groin as well. I'm trying to get to where I can get my hamstring to touch my calf without my heel coming off the ground. Yeah, I'm still going, okay. And we'll touch some of those reverse Nordics. Yeah, y'all can see me still. Okay. These are my favorite. Little unorthodox for a deadlift warm-up, but I like the way they make my quads feel. And they're just good for your knees, even though they may not look like it. All right. Roll it over. Felt pretty good. This will be my first time competing with the SPF for a while now. I've been competing with the NPL, but I just couldn't find any meets that aligned with my schedule for that federation, so figured I'd give another one a try. And I want to compete this year a lot. I'm shooting for three comps this year, so we'll see how it goes. That second one felt a lot better. That moved pretty smooth. Once I get locked in and I really engage my glutes and I just try to get it to fly up my quads. Anytime actually pretty much every lift I do, especially compound movements, you work with a maximum intent to move. Just be violent. Controlled violence, of course. Don't go doing some crazy shit and throw your back out, but move with a purpose. Oops, almost went straight up with that one. About forgot to pause. Yeah, I think every deadlift that I've missed has been off the floor. I don't ever recall missing a lockout. once I get it past my knees, it's going all the way. If you do have a problem with that lockout though, man, doing some like hip thrusts. I started doing hip thrusts in the Smith machine, and my deadlift just felt so much better after doing that for about 5-6 weeks. I had some hip problems. Nothing diagnosed. I just my hips were hurting so bad from deadlifting and squatting. I had to reassess what I was doing. So I played around with my form a little bit, narrowed my stance, but really just learning, like, all these years of powerlifting, and I just now learned how to use my glutes. Makes a big difference. All right, got 2 more of these to go. I'm gonna move on to some accessory work. Uh-oh, make sure I ain't sweating on my mic here. Big old belly breath. I don't know what it is, but that second rep just keeps feeling better and better. I guess I just get in the groove. Let me know what y'all think. Is this boring, or are you actually getting something out of this? Because I'm just kind of throwing dust in the wind right now. All right, go ahead and get this one banged out. Normally I'll take a little bit longer between sets, but I'm trying to get this session not knocked out in a hurry, but a little bit quicker than usual. All right, here we go. Another little trick that I use is that I figured out about a year ago is pushing your knees out on the deadlift. If you'll watch where my knees go whenever I go into my starting position and whenever I start pulling. Pressing those knees out gets your the outer glute to really start firing, and just gets everything ready to shoot your hips forward when that barbell comes past your knees. You want to brace as hard as you can with your belly whenever you bend over to the barbell. You want to think about pushing your belly against your quads. So let's see. Yeah, y'all can see. Okay. So I'm starting typical grip of a little outside shoulder width. All right. I'm gonna bring my feet in a little bit. I'm gonna take a big belly breath, and I'm gonna lock my quads. I'm gonna kind of like almost squeeze my glutes at the same time as well, just to create the best brace that I possibly can, so my upper back can get all this work in. Grip just outside of shoulder width. Big belly breath. I like pressure pushing all the snot out of my nose. Yeah, we'll go up again. Oh, cheated a little bit on that last one. It's all right to cheat a couple here and there, especially when you're just going for maximal motor unit recruitment. If I'm just strictly doing hypertrophy work, it's very strict. But once I start bumping up the weight, it can get a little shaky towards the end. All right. I'll clean this up and take it over to the incline. Yeah, so I got a 3x3 on this, so I'm probably going to try to work up to like maybe 315. depending on how my elbows want to cooperate. Make sure I ain't sweating all over my mic here. I don't think this thing's waterproof, and I sweat like a hog. Ooh. We're gonna move that down a little bit. There we go. Oh. I like taking me little pauses every now and then. Alright, I think we'll take my first working set at like 275. This is kind of my barometer for how well incline's gonna go for the day. If 275 feels like shit, it's staying there or going down. One or the other. Ooh. Yeah, I felt my pec a little bit on that one. I don't think we're going to pause anymore, but I think we can go up. All right, round two. Let's make it happen. Nope. No, that didn't feel comfortable. I don't think I was going to get out of the bottom of that second one, or the third one. That's okay. Today wasn't that kind of day. We'll go back down to 275 and wrap it up for bench. Oh, 43 minutes. Shit, I don't know who's gonna watch me for this long. If you do make it this far, thanks for watching. And it'll get more interesting with time, I think. Right now it's kind of boring. It's just the same old, pretty much day in, day out. Until we get to the off season and we start having some fun. We start talking, being a little more athletic. Oh. Yeah, let's get it done. And we'll make up for that last one. Don't want to be cheating myself out of reps now. What kind of person would I be if I did such a thing? On the real though, if you're ever in the middle of the training session and you got to be honest with yourself, basically. Like, there's a time to get hyped and there's a time to be realistic, you know. It's all about that emotional regulation and not letting your pride get the best of you, because pride in here will bite you in the ass if you're not careful. You're better off undershooting than overshooting. You overshoot too much and you're gonna screw yourself up. Pop a pec, tear a bicep, tear a hammy, as opposed to cutting it a set short, cutting it a rep short, and living to fight another day. Oh yeah. We'll get you a little lean in here. Stretch those hamstrings out real good. Get out of there. Now, guess we'll slide one out. Got a little stuck there. Now, ever since I figured out pressing my knees out on my deadlift, I started doing a lot more of the adductor or the abductor, abductor machine for your glute medius. And I'll typically just take those to failure. Just push as much blood in my ass as I possibly can and just get a huge pump. I think we'll grab one more set of those and shit, I might call it a night after that. Usually I'll get one or two leg accessories in. Tonight I think I might just take care of my hammies and go home. I like giving that last set everything I got left. Alright guys, well, that pretty well wraps up my first training session on film. This is kind of what it's going to look like for about the next 3 weeks, and then we'll see y'all on meet day. All right, peace out.